Hey guys, and welcome to another Polymer clay tutorial. Today we are going to create Beef Boss, the new skin from Fortnite, and I will also tell his background story with your help. I asked you for help on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter to help me with the background story of the Beef Boss, because I had just only this one stupid idea, or maybe it was funny, that he is secretly vegan. Well, but you came up with so many and great and crazy and funny ideas and stories that I was so much impressed by your creativity, and I decided to tell you as many stories as possible in this tutorial. But now let's jump in, let's talk about this creation for a minute, because it is quite detailed. I haven't thought about that. Yeah, this is the whole coating process. Looks very difficult. I mixed this soft orange myself because I didn't want to take the original orange, because it would have been too strong. It would have been just too strong, the color, and I wanted to be a bit more ochre. Yeah, so this is why I mixed the color, and now we can start using the modeling tool in order to make all the tiny fabric movements. Doesn't that make sense? No. Yeah, I tried to get the creation, the aluminum wire right onto the plate, that the whole creation stands still on the plate, and that I am able to work on all the other details and body parts, and that I don't always have to hold the creation in my hands. So this technique, I have used it many times in the past before on the Fortnite creations, and it is for creating these stripes on the trousers. I am still not sure why these trousers always needs these stripes. Maybe this is a Fortnite secret. So, while creating the boots, let's jump in. Let's start with the first story of Beef Boss. Christopher Williams 31, thank you for your story. Maybe the Beef Boss is secretly the Tomatohead, but his burger family is frowned upon, so he dresses up like the Tomato Man to hide his true identity, and he only comes out when his local burger or the family is in danger. Well, what I love about this story is that the Beef Boss is secretly the Tomatohead. That would be funny, yeah. Meanwhile, we are creating the boots, and you know all the boots of Fortnite look pretty similar. Well, unless the one from the Leviathan. Time for a second story. I'm already looking forward to hear them. Thanks a lot, Wild the Beast Art. As a young burger, he wished to be something more, something spicy, something sizzling, something like a bacon burger. Many years passed, and young Burger could not find a potion to turn himself into a bacon burger. He eventually decided to give up and took up a new name as The Beef. The Beef became a crime-fighting genius who stopped bad guys from stealing his secret recipe. To this day, the Beef Man battles with an identity crisis and scours the plain land of Wailing Woods, looking for a seed of happiness, or should I say a piece of bacon of happiness? Thanks a lot, Wild Beast. That was a great one. I think it's just fantastic with how many ideas you came up with, and let's have a look how many stories I got from you on Instagram. You made 129 story ideas on Twitter. Give me a minute. I think this is the Twitter post with the most comments on. 34 stories. Thank you so much. And what about Facebook? Let's have a look. 3 stories. Thanks a lot. This makes the Instagram community the most active one. Thanks again, and I will tell another story while creating the belt buckle and all the details. I think this is the area on the creation with the most details, and when creating this belt buckle, it totally makes sense to use a very sharp knife in order to get all the details right. So, next story. Are you ready? Thanks a lot. Faisal Murar 2004. He, this means the beef boss, was an innocent child by the name of Tim. But one day his father took him to Burger King and Tim ordered a beef burger. Little did he know that the burger was very tasty and addictive. 2 years later from now, Tim's father died due to the food poisoning situation with Burger King. Am I allowed to say that? I'm not sure. Tim was really upset, so he decided to have revenge. He bought an old spring suit, which was a burger themed. The next day he entered the restaurant as the beef boss with the all-new heavy sniper. He was going to assassin the manager and everyone inside, but one of the workers sprayed him with high-pressured water, so his suit has locked in the springs and all sprung into action. His body was clogged inside the suit. Tim tried to escape, but no progress occurred. The suit was possessed by his soul, which haunted the place, making no one going back there. He couldn't escape the restaurant, so he stood behind the counter for his whole life until someone enters and breaks his curse by ordering a beef burger. He teleported the Dur Burger next to Pleasant Park so the citizens could go to Greasy Grove because the head acts as an advertisement for Burger King. Till now, no one has ever entered. Oh, this story is so sad, but I love it. Thanks. This brings me some tears while cutting the golden clay. Yeah, before someone is complaining I would only tell stories and not focus on the creation. Let's get back to the creation while we are working on the neck. I think this is the first creation without a wire inside the neck, because I thought I would be more flexible where I would glue the head onto, and so I decided not to go with a wire inside the neck, and this also works fine. Of course, if you want to move the head after oven hardening, you should take just a simple wire so that you can rotate the head. Just adding the last details and all the tiny sprinkles. The sesame, just working on the braces and the arm band, the patches, and we are ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked beef boss, part 1. Now, while working on the hands, and after that also the fingers, I will tell you the next story. I think this is one of my favorite ones. XX Semi XX, thanks a lot. He was a man named Bob. Bob was a very innocent man who lived happily in Tomato Town, making burger for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's very important for you guys that the protagonist is very innocent, right? Okay, go on. One day he was kidnapped by the Tomatohead and he was forced to make pizzas. Bob disagreed to making pizzas because burgers are his passion food. So the next day Bob ran away. Because he wasn't looking where he was running, he ran into a rift. This rift transported Bob to the real world, where he was visited by a wise man. This wise man told him that he should make whatever he wants. So then Bob said that he wants to make burger. The wise man magically transformed Bob into a burger man and said, "You are now a beef boss." Bob was so happy and decided to run his own restaurant in Greasy Grove. He had so many customers and even people from the Tomato Town pizzeria even came. The Tomatohead had no more customers and wanted revenge. The beef boss lived happily in Greasy Grove. Thanks a lot for that story. Oh man, you are insane, all of you. I tell you, we should do this more often, that you write the stories about all the characters I'm creating, because now it's also entertaining for me, and sometimes I'm really struggling to find the right words, especially when I'm really tired. Right now, for example, it is 2 a.m., almost 3 a.m. The last night, some of you asked, how's the baby? The baby is really fine, but it is also a hard time for the family. We don't get that much of sleep, and for me and especially for my wife, it is a real hard job to deal with 2 small children now. But at the same time, we just love it. How the 2 small ones are interacting with each other, and well, we really love it. But I think maybe the next 3 or 4 months may be still pretty hard. Yeah, so I hope you don't mind if my voice sounds a bit tired from time to time, and also that this video is a bit late. I'm really sorry for this delay. So we just mixed the ochre of the burger of the head, and I have one last great story to share with you. And again, sorry that I couldn't tell more of your stories. Let's start! Ben Stacy 236, thanks a lot for your story. Once upon a time there was a cow named Beefy. He lived in a herd with his family and friends and couldn't have been happier. But one day some Vikings invaded, led by the leader Ragnarok. By the way, check out the Ragnarok tutorial. He had ordered them to kill every cow and take it to his mincing factory to be made into beef burgers. But Beefy was clever and hid away from the Vikings and was not found until a day later, where, to his surprise, Ragnarok was impressed with Beefy and recruited him as a beef hunter. Beefy accepted but failed to meet expectations and was minced by Ragnarok himself and made into a massive burger patty. What a great cliffhanger! And we are ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked beef boss! Let's continue. But to every cloud there is a silver lining, and to Beefy's relief, today was his day. He was sent off to a restaurant called Der Burger, where he was put in the storage cupboard ready to be sold, where he found the suit of the restaurant's mascot, a boiler suit with a massive burger as a head. Beefy was just the right size for the buns of the burger and fitted himself in between them. Something magical happened and the suit bonded with him, keeping him alive, and he left the restaurant into the Fortnite world, where he heard the he could revenge on Ragnarok. P.S. This is the second time I've typed the story, as I commented before but accidentally deleted the comment. Oh, this story, I love it. Thanks a lot, Ben Stacy. Yeah, I think this is my favorite one. Yeah, almost finished with the creation, just doing some finish work with the pens and the acrylic paint. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Although I'm really tired, you helped me out a lot and I really appreciate that. We should really do this more often because you have way more potential in telling stories than I could ever had. Gluing the logo onto the backpack. And finally, I guess, that's it! The Beef Boss! Woo, that's it for today. I really enjoyed reading all your stories and all your ideas you came up with. I'm really sorry I was not able to show all of them, but it was just too much. Thanks again. I guess that's it for today. Have a great weekend and see you next week. Take care, bye! I smell meat. I thought you were vegan.